Crowhill here. Today we review a brown ale and discuss the insufferable Michelle Obama. Hey, good evening, Pigweed.
Well, good evening, Crowhill. How about some beer and conversation?
Well, that's a great idea. What are we drinking?
This is a American brown ale from Smuttynose.
Oh, fantastic. I like brown ales.
Yes, I do
right.
too. What's on your mind?
So I was imagining what it would be like to be a Catholic in the United States until the election of JFK.
Okay.
So, up until that time, there had never been a Catholic president in the United States.
And you wondered, is it ever going to happen?
If somebody was a Catholic in 1955 or something like that,
is there loyalty to the Pope or to America?
Yeah, exactly. And do you think that a Catholic at that point would say, I have never, let's say when Kennedy was finally elected,
yeah.
Do you think any Catholic would say, I have never been proud of my country until they elected a Catholic president? Yeah. Do you think any Catholic said that?
No, I don't think anybody would say that.
No.
Really.
Do you think
any insufferable ingrate would say something like that?
How many Catholics do you think fought and died in World War I and World War II, despite the fact that there was never a Catholic president in the United States? It's something to think about.
That's something to think about.
Anyway, so what do we got here?
So this is Old Brown Dog. Now, I was with my cousin when first time I saw this on the shelf.
Yeah.
And he had recently lost his chocolate lab.
I know. And
the chocolate lab's name was Brownie. And mostly we called her Brown Dog.
Yeah.
And there it is on the shelf. Old Brown Dog.
Old Brown Dog.
After Old Brownie had recently passed. How about a toast?
How about a toast to Brownie? She was a good dog.
Good dog.
Yes.
All right. Now, tell me what we've got here. I said American brown ale.
Is
it true? Okay.
It is an American brown ale. So brown ales tend to be on the milder side, especially English brown ales. American brown ales tend to be a little stronger and a little hoppier.
Okay.
But this one, I like this one. This one's got a good, a little bit nutty sort of a brown flavor.
And it's got a little extra punch.
Yeah.
6.5.
6.5,
a little
right?
high, almost into your robust brown or something.
Yeah. Actually, that's really good. There's a nuttiness to it, but there's another flavor back there that I'm not quite putting my words around. I can't quite get it. What is that?
I don't know, but it has a nice lingering taste in the back door.
It does. It's very pleasant.
Yeah.
Newcastle,
and was really reasonably priced.
Yeah. Newcastle is kind of the classic brown ale.
Yes.
And I like Newcastle. This one has a little depth to it. There's something else going on there that I really like.
Yeah.
And so give it a try. If you see old brown dog.
Old Brown Dog, Smuttynose.
And it doesn't look entirely unlike Brownie.
I know.
I miss that dog. She was a good dog.
Good camping, hiking dog.
Yep. All right. So, the insufferable Michelle Obama.
So, you weren't... sorry, she's not Catholic.
No, she's not.
But she was never proud of America.
She was never proud of America until Barack was
elected. And
for the first time in my adult life, I'm really proud of my country.
Wow.
For the first time.
That is
She was never proud of the country until they elected Barack Obama.
Wow. So here's I saw a picture of Michelle, and somebody's response on X was, what kind of woman attends Harvard and Princeton, is worth $70 million, pumps out 6 books, spends 8 years as First Lady of the free world, raises 2 healthy kids, and still bitches about every GD thing under the sun?
And add to that, was involved in some Netflix movies.
No, yes, she's probably a movie producer, and she is never on camera where she is not griping.
Yes, it's always like, it's so hard for me, and how terrible. So that reminds me. Go ahead.
Recent examples of.
Yeah. So the griping. I mean, you sent me this video of J.D. Vance talking about what it's like to live as the vice president. And the
Actually,
vice president's-
absolutely beaming.
Yeah.
About the honor, about the beauty of the house.
Right.
The honor of being in there. The fact that people will cook his meals.
I know that he doesn't have to worry about security. Hey, my friend, what are you doing here? All right, so there's all this stuff going on where J.D. Vance is saying it's so wonderful. We don't have to worry about meal planning,
And it's been cut, and so the video cuts back and forth.
right. So Michelle is saying it's so hard
You
to
have
live in
no
the White House.
idea.
You have no idea how difficult it is for us to be in the White House.
Here's what happened. She goes, it's expensive to live in the White House. Many people don't know this. Much of it is not covered. You have to pay for every bit of food that you eat.
What an idea!
Well,
you have to pay for the food that you eat.
that somebody else is preparing and bringing to you and washing the dishes when you're done.
I don't have to pay for the food I eat. You have to
I mean,
pay for
who
the food
does?
you eat. Who has to do that?
Who has to do such a thing? So that's your reaction to life in the White House is how burdensome.
How burdensome it is. How tough it is for you. Poor Michelle. Because like, nobody else in the country has to pay for the food that they eat. And it's so hard for you.
I'm sorry. This in that same post, Michelle Obama is hands down the most miserable, ungrateful, sour-faced buzzkill I've ever had the misfortune of watching open her mouth.
She does always seem to be complaining. Now I will say this. To prepare for this show, I downloaded the Michelle, in my opinion, podcast and listened to most of several episodes.
Did you now?
To get a sense of, what does she do, like, when she's not being an insufferable pain in the ass. It's interesting. She has some interesting guests.
Okay.
And there's some good conversations, but there's always this undercurrent of resentment. Mm-hmm. And so she's really resentful about being black, and she's really resentful about being a woman. It's like a big chip on her shoulder. And things come out in shows. Like, one thing is she's smart. I mean, she went to elite university, so she's a smart woman. But she's not that smart.
Okay.
When people were talking about band camp,
Yeah.
she was asking, like, are you staying in tents? I mean, come on. She's really... And then... When they were talking about hair, like how hard it was for her to deal with her hair when she's roughly our age, right? Now, I remember that nobody had good shampoo back, not very long ago. People tried to clean their hair with eggs and other kind of stupid things, and she's complaining about the lack of hair care products. It's like, get over it.
Let me explain something to white people. Our hair comes out curly. When we straighten it to follow your beauty standards, we are trapped by the straightness. That's why so many of us can't swim, won't go to the gym, because we're trying to keep our hair straight for y'all.
Sure.
It's exhausting, expensive, and takes up so much time. Why do we need an act of... I don't know what this even means. Why do we need an act of law to tell white folks to get out of our hair?
What
is even going on here?
What are they talking about? Like, do you remember when we were growing up, the afro was a big thing, and there were a lot of attractive black women wearing afros.
Their natural hair.
Their natural hair. Was anybody upset about that?
But we white people have imposed this standard on her, so now she has to spend all of this time and money on her hair because... No. If you have decided that hair is the beauty standard, that's on you.
Yeah.
Don't act like you are a victim of the beauty standard.
There's plenty of black women who just wore their hair in an afro or something, and they were fine.
They were fine. Why? Because I can't tell you how many times I've stood around the water cooler and talked about black people's hair.
All the time. That happens all the time.
I mean, whenever you're like...
Every time I get a cup of coffee.
When you're with white people, you're like, what is it with the black women's hair? Grief.
Did you see that lady's hair? I mean, come on.
Nobody cares.
Nobody says that ever.
This is the thing. This is how victimhood works.
Yeah.
you have you're self-conscious about something.
Yeah.
You project that onto somebody else and say that they're scrutinizing you, which is actually your own self-consciousness.
Right.
And now you're a victim of that thing.
Right. Right.
And it seems to be that's how she goes through her adult life.
And it seems to be. So there was another show where they were talking about examining your wardrobe. And like if you've got Versace in your closet, then you should have black designers in your closet. And I'm thinking, like, wait a minute, we're designing.
It's the most privileged thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, well, you're trying to decide, like, what kind of clothes you're going to wear, based on the race of the person who designed the clothes.
Yeah.
Is really
right. It is weird and insufferably privileged. Like, gosh, you know that problem you have when you can't find enough expensive designers of your race? You know that problem?
Oh yeah, I really know that problem.
What do you even talk?
You're so incredibly privileged, even for that to be a question.
For that to be a question, even I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen an article of clothing made by Versace. Maybe I have. I'm maybe watching it on TV.
That's the first thing.
But you're looking in your closet and going, I think I've got too much Versace.
So I used to work at a company where you had to wear a jacket and tie to work every day. And when I went out to buy a tie, every single time I would check the tie and I would look up who designed it to find out what race they were before I bought that tie. Every time, I promise you. Every single time.
Especially now there's a QR code.
Yeah.
That goes right to the race.
That goes right to the race of the person who designed the tie.
But, understand, this is Michelle speaking.
Yeah.
It's not a luxury to have a hair and makeup team.
It's not?
No, it's not. It's probably a burden.
Probably a burden, especially if they're white.
Yes. So yes, probably. Now, how about this was recent. I don't know where she was. She was on stage about something. When you think of black women stereotypes, no stereotypes are fair, but they come from somewhere.
Yeah.
She says, as a black woman, we don't articulate our pain like nobody knows about it. Black women do not stand up for themselves and complain enough. Is that part of the general understanding of the stereotype of black women, that they are wallflowers who do not speak their minds?
No. That is not part of the stereotype.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. Yes. So I don't get this attitude that I have a right to be upset and resentful and feel like everything is against me all the time.
I mean, fraction in terms of where you stand in terms of privilege.
Yeah.
Fractions of a percent probably don't even come close, right? It would be tens of thousands of a percent of where you stand.
Yeah, so Donald Trump
world.
is what, number 47 president? He's the 47th president of the United States.
Yeah.
But there weren't 47 presidents because some of them served 2 terms. Like he was both 45 and 47, right? So here she is in this incredibly tiny, privileged group, right? She was the first lady. How many first ladies have we had in this country? Not very many. And the adulation and the adoration and everything
the fawning
else, the fawning and everything else that she gets, and all we get
her
from
experience and her takeaway from those 8 years.
How tough it is.
How tough it is as a black woman being scrutinized.
How about being grateful?
How about being grateful?
How about saying,
what do you say? Take a win, right?
Yeah. Could somebody just say, how about, I'm so grateful that America has given me this opportunity.
I lived in the White House,
Do you think
first
Netflix,
black president.
Do you think Netflix would have given her the contract she got if she wasn't president?
Right.
I mean, not president. First lady.
She got a $300,000 no-show teaching gig at the University of Chicago from some. How about all these? How about these 6 books?
Yeah.
Can I run down the six books real quick?
Let's go down the 6 books.
So we've got, I kind of like number 1. This is in 2012, American Grown. A mix of memoir and advocacy centered on the White House kitchen garden. Obama connects food, health, and community while promoting better nutrition and hands-on learning for kids.
Now, this is one...
That's nice.
That is nice. And I don't like the criticisms that people have made of Michelle Obama for trying to make school lunches more healthy.
Why didn't she get any kick?
She did. She did get some pushback on that. And
no,
that was not fair.
That's a very good first lady kind of a thing.
Exactly. It's a good goal. And this, the White House kitchen and all that kind of stuff. Okay, great. That's a very good first lady kind of thing. And people who are upset with her for doing that kind of thing, no. That's what she should be doing.
That's yeah.
So give her props
getting
for that.
people up moving and a more healthy lifestyle.
Yes, that was good.
Especially for a woman who's fit.
Yes.
She looks good.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2, best-selling memoir, Becoming. Covers her childhood in Chicago, career, marriage, life as first lady, focus on identity, resilience, and personal growth.
That's fine. Whatever. Yeah.
That's fine. But right behind that, we've got a guided journey to a companion piece to Becoming.
Yeah.
So, we have Becoming.
That's a normal thing to do. If you have a successful book, then you do something.
Your publisher's going, look.
Hey, what's the next one? How are we going to... Yeah.
That's okay. So now, here we go, 2019. 2018, 2019, we've got a Becoming version for teens.
Okay, now you're stretching it.
Right. Hold on, wait a minute. 2020, we have a Becoming version for young children.
that's like the who is the evangelical... there was this big book that was really popular in evangelical circles, and like everybody wanted to do their version of it.
Yeah, Chicken Soup for the Soul.
Yeah, exactly. That's not the one I'm thinking of, but that's a good example. So Chicken Soup for the Soul, Chicken Soup for the...
Chicken Soup for the tennis player.
I know, Chicken Soup for everybody.
All right. Everybody gets chicken soup. You get chicken soup. All right, I'm not done yet because we got 2022 here.
Okay.
The Light We Carry, a reflective, practical book about coping with uncertainty, anxiety, and change. Obama shares personal habits and mindset tools for staying grounded and hopeful in difficult times.
Okay, well, the light we carry is a whole lot better than the burden we carry, which is that's what I would expect Michelle Obama. Because I think the thing here is she has an editor who says, no, you can't do that.
You can't be all about how...
You can't be all about how you're so, everything is bad for you, because here you are, this...
Now, in November 2025, we had The Look. Did you get that one?
No.
So The Look is we're scrolling through Michelle Obama's outfit archive.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
So we're going to see everything that she has worn from, her fashion sense and all of that stuff. So this is...
So this is about the clothes that she had to wear in the White House? Is that the idea?
Yes, but don't forget, we got to get to the burdensome parts.
Okay,
and the
sure.
Complaining parts.
Yeah, how hard that was.
Yeah. Because, as Obama acknowledges in her Instagram caption for the book's announcement, she has faced constant scrutiny for every aspect of her appearance, from the way she styles her hair to her scandalous decision to wear a sleeveless dress for her first official portrait. This book is a celebration of fashion, but more importantly, a celebration of confidence, identity, authenticity, and an inspiration to think deeply about how we choose to define style and beauty.
If you're in the public eye,
courageous.
People are going to criticize you for every little thing.
Well, the other thing that we did at the water cooler was scrutinize her hair and clothes choices.
All the time. Every single time. Yeah.
I mean, nobody has been more scrutinized.
I know.
So she couldn't even do this book about her beautiful clothes that she mostly didn't pay for and her fashion sense without somehow making herself a victim.
Yeah.
In the process.
Always the victim. Always the victim. She's always overcoming all these horrible things. Everybody's trying to push her down.
Yes. And now, look.
It's so tiresome. It is so tiresome.
First ladies don't have an obligation to be beautiful.
No.
Okay, I would never have anything negative, feel the need to say anything negative about her physically.
No.
In any way.
No.
But I do feel a little bit pushed upon.
Gaslit. Yes. Yeah.
About her constant beauty.
Everybody was always saying how everybody's fawning over. She's amazing.
But she would say it's nothing but scrutiny.
Yeah.
I saw nothing from the like The View and Drew Barrymore's
Everybody was
show.
always
all
fawning over her, and she's not an unattractive woman. I mean, she's a reasonable looking woman, but she's not the stellar beauty that they try to make her out to be.
So I would. So here, this picture here is from The Look. This is like the book cover picture. Mm-hmm. So this is probably a $2,000 day between the photographer and the lighting, the clothes, the makeup, the hair, and and by her, both her and her editor have chosen this picture here.
Okay.
And I would say, if I walked past her in a restaurant, I would not notice her. She'd just be the most ordinary looking. If I sat down and you say, "Hey, did you see the woman over there in the gray thing?" And I'd turn around and go, "Her? No, I didn't. Why?" You know what I mean? Like,
well, this particular
am I going to say if there's at no point am I going to talk about Michelle's beauty? I have nothing negative to. That's fine.
Yeah.
If he didn't try to gaslight me for 8 years.
Yeah. In this particular picture, I would agree with you, except for this. That's quite a winning smile.
She does have well, I know, and despite what we actually know about her, she seems very friendly and nice.
Yeah. Yes. But I would agree with you. If I didn't know she was a former first lady, and I just kind of ran across her on the street, I would just walk by her and say, "Hi, how are you? Nice person."
Oh, a nice smile.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Very nice.
we were gaslit for so long about how incredibly beautiful she was. So this whole idea about how she was under all this scrutiny, are you kidding me? She wasn't under scrutiny. She was under a constant barrage of undeserved praise.
Now, and she appeared on the cover of Vogue magazine, March 2009, April 2013, December 2016.
Yeah.
Jill Biden was on the cover twice as First Lady, 2021 and 2024. Well, at least Michelle was around for 8 years. She got 3.
Right.
Jill Biden gets 3. Well, there's another one where she was featured with her granddaughter, but it was also Vogue.
Right.
So that's those 3. Now, if you were walking through the said restaurant, and you passed Melania Trump, and before you sat down, before I could say anything, you would say, "Did you see that woman over on that table?"
Well, she was a supermodel.
So she's a supermodel who spent her entire life in the fashion industry.
Right. Incredible sense of fashion.
Incredibly beautiful. Still is. And let me see. So how many? Let me. I'm going to give you the dates on.
Can you count that high?
On the appearances of that she was on Vogue.
She was on Vogue. Yes.
Okay, so the first
time was
first
time was
that was 0.
Yeah, that was none. Yeah. How about the next time? What was the next time?
Okay, that was so currently.
Yeah.
No. Oh no, not 0.
Okay.
In 2005, when she was Donald Trump's bride, before Donald Trump was a Republican.
Okay.
Yes, she was on the cover as Donald Trump's new bride in 2005.
I see. But
as president, as first lady?
No, never.
No, 0.
Never.
0.
How about any other? Did any other Republican first ladies ever get on Vogue? That'd be an interesting question.
Yeah. Who would that have been? What's second Mrs. Bush's?
I can't remember, but she wasn't a bad-looking woman. How come we didn't have all this gaslighting about how beautiful she was?
We've gotten to the point where everything has been politicized.
Yeah.
You can't. What if a guy, the engineer of the year?
Yeah.
They probably check to see who he voted for.
Yeah.
To decide whether or not he gets to go on the cover. So, beauty and fashion, you completely overlook clearly the most beautiful first lady we've ever had.
Yeah.
Maybe the most fashionable since Jackie O. But
never on the cover of any.
Not a peep.
Yeah. And you've heard the reaction to the movie.
So the movie, did you see the documentary?
I did see the movie.
I did too.
Yeah. And the reaction from the left to the movie is just like raw hatred from the first moment.
Right. So Rotten Tomatoes score of 0.0. And
from the critics.
From the critics.
But from the people who actually saw it.
Yeah, it's like 92 or something like that.
Right.
And so what did you think?
Honestly, I thought it was kind of boring.
Well, it was a little bit boring.
Yeah,
but I thought it was beautifully shot.
Yeah.
They got a real professional director.
Mm-hmm.
They knew what they were doing from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
They made it totally non-political. I mean, DJT was only in 3 minutes of the whole hour and a half.
Yeah.
Focused on her, lots of close-ups.
Mm-hmm.
Still a stunningly beautiful woman.
Yeah.
I've never heard her speak very much.
Right. So
she narrates the thing.
The thing that I thought was interesting is Melania speaks, depending on how you count it, 5 or 6 languages.
Nuts.
She's like an incredibly accomplished person. She's very intelligent, and I was expecting them to have her speak in a couple different languages, but they didn't do that. What they did, they had her speaking with Brigitte Macron. And
I was a little confused by that because Brigitte switches from English to French.
Right.
And I'm going, what, are they going to put subtitle? I mean, this subtitle that, but why are they doing? And then
I was
like, well, that would have cleared it up for me because I'm like, what is going on? Does Melania even know what's going on?
Yeah.
To have Melania respond in French, she'd be like, I see what's going on.
I expected her to respond in French.
Yeah.
But what actually happened
it was confusing.
They showed Brigitte speaking in French and Melania understanding what she was saying.
Yes.
So that was like a small nod to her fluency in multiple languages. Right.
But I thought there was interesting insight to how all of the back scene machinations work in terms of how the inauguration comes together, what her input was on her own dress.
Yeah.
And
now, do you think comparing the two, comparing Melania and the insufferable Michelle, which one of them among the two has more to complain about the way she's been treated?
Oh, right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I mean, Michelle was fawned over, and everybody was saying nothing but nice things about her.
She could go on any talk show, any night show, any day show, and it would be nothing but adoration.
Yes.
And Melania doesn't even get invited.
Melania is never invited to anything. It's.
Right.
She has a right to complain,
and she does.
Have you heard a word?
Right.
Have you heard a word of complaint?
The class that woman has is remarkable.
Yes. So it's quite a contrast.
Quite a contrast.
Yes. Another thing. I want to get back to this because, like, all my Jewish friends are always telling me how much they really don't respect this country. And they're only going to respect the country when we finally have a Jewish president.
Don't they do that all the time?
They do it all the time. Like every Jew I know is always telling me that. I will never respect this country until we have a Jewish president.
Yeah. You like that one, don't you?
Yeah. It's a little rough.
Yes. What else? There was something else I wanted to say. Hold on. About the movie. Well, also, did you notice like who was at like the different? So they go to like 6 balls on inauguration day, and then you see people like, well, what do you know? There's Joe Rogan.
I saw Joe Rogan in there.
Right. They're different. Tim Cook was really right front and center. He was really sitting right behind the president.
You just gotta steal the spotlight here, don't you?
Elon was there.
Yeah.
Zuckerberg was there. It was just kind of just neat to see how this works. And then also, obviously somebody knows how this thing goes. Mm-hmm. So there's a guy with a clipboard, behind the curtain going, okay. And then you're going to go first. We have ladies first, through the curtain. And I thought that was a clever, interesting insight to what the...
There was one little detail. I don't know if you noticed this. I want to see if you noticed this. When they were lining up, this was on the day of the inauguration. And they're lining up, and there's there's Biden and Dr. Biden.
Oh, yeah,
and then there's Trump and Melania. And they're about ready to go wherever they're going. And whoever is the MC, whoever's in charge of things, would turn to Biden and say, Mr. President, you're going to go this way, and Dr. Biden, you're going to go this way. And then he'd turn to Trump and say, you, sir, are going to go this way, and you, ma'am. Did you see that? It just struck me how disrespectful he was being to the president. Like, he's being very deferential, as he should be.
Okay.
As he should be. Being deferential to Biden and Mrs. Biden. That's fine. They're president and first lady. You should be differential. But when he spoke to Trump, it had to be, you, sir. Not like Mr. President or anything like that. It was kind of... kind of remarkable.
Now, was there something about... if it was before the swearing in, well, actually, I didn't know.
Because he's already called Mr. President because he was the president before.
Yes, ex-presidents are still which I still don't understand exactly why they do that, but they do it all the time.
They call them Mr. President, even though they're not president
even
anymore.
though they're not president anymore.
But even at that, he still could have called him Mr. President-elect or something like that.
Mr. Trump, not you. Hey, you.
Hey, you. Yeah, hey, you bum. You go over this way.
All right. We don't probably need to talk about Big Mike.
No, I don't want to talk about Big Mike. That's on the fringe of.
I've got a QAnon guy at work who, boy, he's got all the facts, all the evidence.
Yeah.
He can show me videos and pictures. And he knows where Big Mike was actually born and all of that.
Yeah, that's sorry. Yeah.
She's no Melania, but she's not a dude.
Right, she's not a dude. And, she's a dude on the flat earth. That's, So, the thing that bugs me about the insufferable Michelle Obama is all the lecturing, the scolding, the moralizing, and it's like, it's just this attitude. Would you please get over yourself? It's too much.
Or like you said before. Take a win and be grateful for the life that you have. One of the most exceptional lives anyone has ever lived.
Right.
And nobody can see you ever.
Right.
Appear that not having that ungrateful, sour-faced buzzkill.
I know. On the face of the entire planet, in the entire history of mankind, she is like among the most like if you were to pick the 1,000 most fortunate people,
like 1,000 in all of history,
who have ever lived.
Yeah.
Like she is in that top 1,000. And all we get is, oh, it's so tough. Oh, everything is so terrible. And I've got to do my hair the way you want. Are you kidding me? You do your hair any way you want.
All right.
Yeah. So
I got that out of my system.
Buzzkill Michelle.
Sour-faced buzzkill.
Sour-faced buzzkill. Thanks so much for listening to Beer and Conversation with Pigweed and Crowhill. Remember to visit us at pigweedandcrowhill.com or send us an email at pigweedshow@gmail.com.